Hi again guys, I just wanted to let you know about a new wireless microphone that I've just purchased. It's super duper great when it's a really windy day, because where I live it just gets really windy, and it's always a challenge when you're filming outside because you've got to try and talk in between wind bursts and whatnot. So you can see that tree behind me, how blowy it is. And hopefully it really cuts down the wind on it. I reckon probably about 95% of the wind is cut out on it. And quite often you have dogs barking and cars going past and lawnmowers going. So hopefully it's just a bit more of a clearer reception from when I'm recording. So it's a DJI mic. You can get it with a gimbal. Nick the gardener, he's got one as well, but he's got the whole gimbal and camera and the microphone. So I've just bought the microphone by itself because I've had to upgrade my phone anyway, and it's compatible with this one, whereas it wasn't compatible with my last one. But so I just put this together, and I didn't know if it's going to work or not, so it was a bit disappointing with my last phone. But that was like 4 years old anyway, so it was a bit out of date. Okay, hopefully it's all come through nicely, and I'll just do a little bit of filming out in the front garden. Okay, I'll see you shortly. Bye. Filming. I did a little bit of more of a tidy up in the garden yesterday. This sunflower here, and I did have one up on the end here, you probably remember that. It is actually getting powdery mildew on it, and it started to look quite poorly, so I just pulled that one out, but I trimmed this one back here heaps, and I left lots of new little buds on it here, so hopefully it might just get that little bit of a second growth spurt here. But just looking at this garden bed here, it's super dry. And to be honest, the garden mix that I did get for this about 18 months ago, I think, actually coming up to nearly 2 years, when I did my makeover on the garden, it wasn't very good quality. I wasn't really happy with it. Because when it dries out, it can get really hard and like concrete, really. So my plants have been doing pretty well. So I might just give them a bit of a hand water. But just checking out on the tomatoes here, I've already picked off one of these tomatoes, so it's a bit of an odd shaped one, but it's almost like 3 tomatoes in one there, but and it's quite a number in there, under there, look, very nice. And just fill the bed here. It's not too bad, still got a lot of moisture in there. It's been a few days since I watered this. I'm not really sure what that plant is, but if it doesn't turn into anything soon, I'll just pull it out. Don't want to be feeding that one when I can feed everything else. And still got some little spring onions in here that I planted, so they do take a little bit to get up and going. So also I've got some dahlias here. They're not doing too bad. Took a while for these ones to get up and start flowering. These are just some zinnias. Yeah, they're not doing that great. But the dahlias have got plenty of buds on them. And hopefully we'll get quite a few more out of these ones. And behind that in here, I know it's probably encroaching on the camellia, but that's not really doing that great either. So I did put some camellia fertilizer on it about 2 weeks ago. So it looks like it's got new leaves on it. New leaves are sort of starting to come back through it. Probably doesn't really help with this. I might even just try and spin it around on the spot, so you can maybe get a little bit more sun. And, trying to share the sunlight out. And I just got some more, these are zinnias. These are all starting to bud up and flower as well. This one I planted like in winter time, but I think it's supposed to be a foxglove, but nothing's really come of it. It's just gotten bigger now, so hopefully we did get some flowers out of it. I'm still really loving this snow bush. This is beautiful colours on it. And I did have one planted in another garden bed, but that really didn't like it in the ground, so it's died. But this one is doing pretty good. So snow bush goes to 1.2 metres high and a metre wide, so yeah, it's coming along quite nicely in here. I've probably had it now less than a year, I think, but it's surviving in the pot, so that's the main thing. So I've got my box elder tree. That's actually, I trim that back every year, otherwise it just gets too big. But it's actually nice. It does throw a little bit of shade throughout the hot summer afternoon, because we just get the sun come through this front of the garden all day. So it's a bit too much for some plants. I try to plant the most hardiest plants at the front here, and sort of where I can, and then just some little bit more sort of shade loving plants that can tolerate a bit of shade sort of behind the tree. So in the afternoon they actually get shade along here. So everything's looking not too bad. I've had to do a bit of weeding and cut a few plants back and stuff again and pull some out, but it's give it a chance to some other plants to maybe get a little bit extra sun it doesn't get, and hopefully these sunflowers do sprout up and grow nice. The stalks actually get really thick on them. I don't know if you can see that. Actually pretty hard to sort of pull out of the ground as well, but I managed to get those other ones out. So hopefully all having a lovely weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye for now.